The last thing I want to talk about is an idea that I call linking free slaves. Linking, not Lincoln. Linking free slaves. And this is a joke that I wrote in 2002 or so, a long, long time ago. But it was when the internet was still very young, and I understood that linking was going to be what really mattered about the internet. And obviously, this idea wasn't original to me. Bernier is the guy who invented the internet, understood it. It goes back to SGML and all kinds of markup languages that long preceded the internet. But um, linking for academics, the idea was that linking would be the way that you would footnote. It would be the way that you would reference other people's studies. And the internet was invented by academics, and they invented it for their own reasons. White background, black type, blue links, Times Roman 12 on 14 or whatever it is, ordinary web page, a straight out of the box web page, which you used to see a lot of and you don't see very much anymore, thank goodness. But that's just exactly, that was all they needed. It was a better word processor was what they were looking for. They were looking for a better word processor that could be easy to maintain, could be stored online, and that other people could get at. And so they built it for themselves, and linking, the idea of linking was built in there to provide the means for validating what you said. Linking Fundamentally, linking exists to establish credibility. That there are other reasons to link. I want to link to my buddies to give them some link love. We want to link back and forth from our commercial web pages to create a de facto link farm to make Google think that we have more linkage than we really do, because it's just a whole bunch of us conspiring to do this. I don't do this, by the way. Link farming is a terrible idea. But there are a lot of reasons that people have for linking on the web, but the reason that matters most is that it establishes your credibility. When I link out from a post or from an essay, what I'm saying to you as the reader is, go see for yourself. I say that this web page says this. I say this is the claim that's being made there. And by linking, by providing that link, I'm giving you the opportunity to go and check it out for yourself to find out if I'm telling the truth. Linking establishes credibility. And I encourage you, when you're reading anything that I write, to pursue the links. And frankly, I want you to do it for two reasons. Number one, I want you to know that I'm not bullshitting you. I am not bullshitting you. I will not do that. I know my background is sales and marketing. I've been doing this all my life. I know how to sell, and I know every sleazy, underhanded trick in the book for selling. I've read every book on copywriting there is. And I know great copywriters. I'm not even a great copywriter. I'm a decent copywriter. I do okay. But I know great copywriters who know amazing things about how to manipulate people. And I don't want to do any of that. I've never wanted any part of that. I have never done it. I'm never going to do it. And I want you to know that I'm not bullshitting you. And that's why I link out. I don't make a claim about what somebody else says without linking out, because I want you to go check it. But I'll tell you right now, in light of the idea of inducing this conversation that I want to have, I radically encourage you to click every outbound link in anything that I write, because I want the people on the other end to know that I'm talking about them. I want them to know that I'm rattling their cages. And this is, I will tell you, I'll give you the name for this. The name for this is link baiting. And I will tell you that I am deliberately link baiting some of the biggest names in libertarian and conservative punditry, because I want this conversation started. I want these people involved in this conversation. I want them either to embrace the ideas in Man Alive or to reject them, but I want them to take a stand. And I'm telling you this because I want you to make yourself known to them, and the way that you will make yourself known to them is by clicking on the links. They will see us in their stats. And they will know in their stats that they're getting click-throughs from selfadoration.com, and they will have to come and look. And if they do not take a stand one way or another, then I'm going to kick their ass anyway by default. And I'm telling all the shepherds in the world, there are three kinds of people in the world. There are shepherds, there are sheep, and there are free men. And my entire project, the entire purpose of Man Alive, the entire purpose of my entire life is to teach sheep how to be free men. And if you learn how to be a free man, you will achieve the kind of results that I'm promising you. And the people who are most likely to be concerned about this going forward are the shepherds, because the number one job of a shepherd is to hang on to the sheep. And I am putting them all on notice. All of the people that I've linked to this week, the people at Reason Magazine, the Instapundit, the libertarian bloggers that I picked on, the conservative bloggers that I picked on by concatenation with regard to the army of Cartmans, Some objectivist bloggers, etc. I'm putting them all on notice that I'm coming for your sheep. I'm going to turn your sheep into free men. And I don't like to refer to people as sheep. I don't care for it. You will see these people talk about ordinary people and they will call them sheeple, which I think is really hideous, but it's a true reflection of the way that they think about you, what they think of the quality of your mind, what they think of your integrity, what they think of your probity. My goal is to rid you of shepherds. My goal is to disintermediate the shepherds, and I mean all of the shepherds. But I'm going after the libertarians and the conservatives and the Randians, the objectivists first, because the people who are listening to them are the ones most likely to listen to me right now. But I'll tell you in the long run that I'm going after everybody. I'm going after all of the churches. I'm going after the academy. I'm going after the state. I'm going after every middleman in the world of ideas. I'm going after everybody who thinks that he can interpose himself between you and the truth. And I am taking their audience away. I am taking their people away. That's my plan. And I am telling all of them, by way of you, I'm telling all of them that this is what I'm doing. And if you want to participate in this project in a way that is just nothing but easy, all you have to do is click on the links in anything that I write. Just click through. You don't even have to read what's there if you don't want to. Just click through to let them know that you're there. Leonard Cohen says they're going to hear from me. And this is how they're going to hear from you. That's all you got to do is click through. If you link to me, I love it. If you send copies of Man Alive, the book is free. Send it to as many people as you want. Send it to your whole email list. If you send it out, I love you for it. That's what I want you to do. If you propagate it on your own website, there's a propagation kit. I want you to do that. I want this book. I want this book in 3 billion hands. I want it in 6 billion hands. I want 7 billion people, I guess there are on Earth. I want everybody who can have it to have it. And I want to propagate it in as many different ways as we can. We have it in ebook form. We're working on an audiobook form. Sooner or later, people will start to do translations, and all of that will happen, and we're going to take over the world. Not in any kind of revolutionary way, not in any kind of violent or evil or vile way, nothing at all like that. We're going to take over the world one mind at a time. People are going to think better, and when they think better, they're going to do better. They're going to live happier, more successful, more peaceful lives. Because if you love yourself, there's no way you're going to commit a crime. There's no way that you would do it. The potential value of any particular act of larceny or whatever that you could undertake is so minimal compared to the loss of your self-love, you would never, ever, ever do it. This is what humanity would have achieved if the Athenians had been able to let Socrates live. This is what Socrates would have been able to do in his life, or that his followers would have done immediately after he passed on from this world. This is where Socrates was headed, and unfortunately his life was cut off, and the people who followed him discovered that being a cartman was much more profitable to them than being a free man. Well, being a shepherd, in other words, was much more profitable than being a free man. I have no interest in being a shepherd, none whatever. I don't like people. I mean, I like the people that I like. I love the people that I love, but I don't like people in the abstract. In the abstract, that's subjunctive. I don't like people in general. I don't like to be in crowds. I certainly don't want to take responsibility for any life other than my own. It's alien to my nature. I won't do it, but I will teach you how to live as a free man. And the way that you'll do that is by reading the book Man Alive. And you may have to read it 2 or 3 times to get it. You may have to read it, 2 or 3 times over the course of a year to really get good at it, because I promise you, it's a completely alien way of thinking to you. You've never thought about anything like this ever before, and I can't promise you that there's nobody who hasn't thought of all this stuff, but again, if they had, why aren't we living in a better world? Why aren't we living there already? I know people who understand some of this, and Jim Klein, my friend Jim Klein, understands more of it than anybody else I know on earth, but there's nobody who has ever laid out this style of thinking in this kind of a rigorous fashion in a way that you can absorb and implement in your own life, and I want you to do that. That's what I want to have happen. And so come to selfadoration.com. You can read the post there. You can get an introduction to the kind of ideas that I'm talking about. The post psalm, which is at the top of the page right now, is a real quick introduction to the kind of mental state that I'm looking to help you achieve. But the book will describe it in much greater detail, and it'll be much easier for you to put things into practice. But whatever you do, when you come to selfadoration.com, please do me the great favor of clicking out on the outbound links, because we need to know, we need to let these shepherds know that their game is over. That we're aware of who they are, we're aware of what they're doing, and they can either learn what I know, learn what I'm trying to teach you, or they can stand aside. And they can either step up to the plate or they can sit in the dugout. But if they sit in the dugout, I win anyway. And that's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm all about. I don't know how much I play the guitar. This is my second video. I don't know how much I play the guitar in the video until I see it afterward, because I can just talk with this thing. And I think it's a wonderful thing. It's a way for me to add to what I'm saying just by plunking along on the guitar. And it's not beautiful music, but it is a certain kind of accompaniment. My name is Greg Swan. I wrote a book called Man Alive, A Survival Manual for the Human Mind. I want to change the way you think. I want to change the way you think. And this is one of the scariest things, I suppose, that anyone can hear anybody else say is, I want to change the way you think. I'm not starting a cult. I'm not starting a church. I'm certainly not starting a political movement or anything at all like that. I'm not interested in any of those things. I want you to learn how to stand on your own 2 feet. I want you to learn how to stand up for yourself, whatever it is that you believe. And I don't want to take anything away from you. I want to give you as much as I can, but I don't want to take anything away from you that you already have. But I want to teach you how to stand up for yourself, how to stand on your own 2 feet, how not to be pushed around by so-called thought leaders, by shepherds, by bullies, by cartmans. And if you will give me 3 hours of your time, that's how long it'll take you to read the book. If you will give me 3 hours of your time, I will change your life forever, I promise. The book is called Man Alive. The website is selfadoration.com. I am so grateful to you for giving me so much of your time, and I want you to have a wonderful, wonderful day, today and every day.